basic functions of advanced Excel we need to understand. Basic function of Excel. In this, what you are going to learn, you are going to learn text to column, flash fill, autofill, these things only. Now, what is text to column? Here, what it is. So basically, here there is a name. You can see that there is a title, then there is first name, and then there is last name, right? So these are the text. Suppose you have copied it from somewhere. Now you want to make it into three different columns. Like you want to make it into three different columns like this. First one is title, then there is first name, then there is last name. So now what you need to do, that from this column you want to make three columns, and in the first column there should be title, in the second column there should be the first name, and in the third column we need the last name. Okay. So basically what happens that whenever you copy some data now from internet or from any other sources, so they are being pasted in a single line. Okay. Now from the single line, we need to move them. We need to divide them into different columns. So for that, what we used to do. So for that, here in the data tab, we have an option of text to column. Okay. What does it means? Basically, there is a one text in one cell. Now I need to change it into many different columns on a basis of some sign. So before converting it, you need to understand that what is the sign available here. So what is the command available here? So you can see easily that after the title, there is a space bar, right? And here you can see the space by after ms, like every ms there is a space after every ms, correct? The same is implemented to the first name also. After the first name there is a space, and then there is a last name. Similarly, after every first name there is a space, and then there is last name, correct? So you have already found the command that is common for everything. So what you will do, you will just select it. You will go to text to column. So fixed width or delimited. So fixed width, you will get an option to fix the width of your cell. But right now we are going to do delimited. Delimited means you are going to provide a command, and on the basis of that character or that command, you are going to make different columns. So I press next. Now what is the command? So the command is spacebar. Here you are seeing a number of options: tab, semicolon, comma, space, others, right? So what you will select, I already told you that there is a space. That is the space command that is available. So what you will do, you will press space. The moment you press space, now you can see that there is a title in one column. First name is in the first column, and last name is in the last column. Okay. So what you can do, you can just put finish from here. Okay, so you have just pressed finish, and now you can see that the title, the first name and the last name has been divided into three different columns. So you must be seeing that I am resizing the columns, right? What are these? So these are the best fit and auto fit of the column size. So this thing you can get it from this. After the cell style, there is a cell group, right? After the style group, there is a cell group. In this group, what you did, you get an option of insert. So inserting a cell, inserting a sheet, a row, inserting a sheet column, or inserting a sheet, you get an option to insert anything, okay, within that data. Now what happens, like if you want to delete, so you can delete cell, rows, columns, or sheet. You can delete it as per your convenience. And now coming to the most important part, that is formatting. Okay, now this formatting does what? So first one is row height. So if you want the rows height as per your convenience, so you can change it. Just click it here and make it 25. So it will change the height of the columns. You can see that the height of the column rows have been changed. This is the height, right? So the height have been changed. Now, if you want the height to get it in a proper way, so what you'll do, auto fit row height. Auto fit row height means as per the requirement, it will make the row height. So when I press auto fit, so it has again changed the row height to default the height, because here there is no any data for which the height of the row needs to be increased. Okay. Now coming to the second part, that is column width. Again, the same thing, the column width, I can increase it depending upon my requirement, that is 35, let's say. So the column width have been increased to 35. But what if I need to make it as per the data? So as per the data, there is an option of auto fit column width. So when I'll press auto fit column width, it will come to the width as per the data available in the column. But what is the shortcut key? Yesterday also, in the last session, I have told you that you can do one thing, that you can figure out the shortcut keys as per your convenience. For example, for this now, I press Alt HOI. I have figured out that shortcut key, Alt HOI, and I do it. How? Like in Excel sheet now, whenever you press Alt, you will get the shortcut buttons for all the tabs. Okay. So once I press Alt, after that I go to the Home tab. For going to the Home tab, I press H. After that, for formatting, you need to go for O. And after that, auto fit column width. For that, I need to press I. So that is why, rather than every time going from with the help of mouse to format and column width, I what normally I used to do Alt HOI. Okay. So basically, every tool has their separate shortcut key, but you can figure out by Alt, pressing Alt and other following the alphabets. You can you can apply the items. You can use the tools even without using your mouse. Only from the keyboard, you can use all the tools by providing shortcut keys. Okay. Because I remember it very easily that for borders in the font tab, I have told you the shortcut key, right? Alt HBA, and similarly for I have already shown you the shortcut keys for bold, italic, underline, or something, right? So how you need to get the shortcut key? Like for example, Control B is the shortcut key for bold, right? Control I is for italics. But what you can do, you can also go with the Alt, like Control H1. You can see that Control H1 is for bold, Control H2 is for italic. So if you don't know the shortcut keys, it is very easy to figure out your own. And once you'll start using it, so you'll become friendly with that. Okay. So this is what we used to do in the first topic, that is text to column. Now the second topic is flash fill. Now what flash fill is basically? Flash fill is basically nothing but just copying the pattern. Okay. For example, here I have written title, space, first name, right? I have written it here. Similarly, when I'll be writing it here now, MS and Anindita. Okay. So if I need to use flash fill, then what it will do, it will provide you here, you have an option. Okay. So what you can do from here, there is an option of fill, and here you can just do the flash fill. You see, this has written exactly what in the same pattern. I have written MS Anandita. MS Anandita. So basically the MS is from this column and Anandita from this column. Okay. So what the flash fill did, flash fill just copied the same function and applied to the till the end. So they have taken this particular title and they have then taken this name. Let's say here we will write MS stores. I've written it here. Okay. So from here, when I'll press fill and then we'll go to the flash fill. Okay. So it will implement it by here. Right. So basically flash fill does what? Flash fill provides you the all data in the same format. Okay. Understood the work of flash fill? The only problem with this is this will be implemented only if it will be adjacent to the data. Adjacent to the data means if you want to implement the flash fill here, you won't be able to implement that flash just because there is no connection with the data. Okay, so it means that it should be connected to the data. not directly, like it is not compulsory that only here you need to implement, but yeah, if you need to implement the flash fill, then you can only implement it here. You can't implement it here just because there is no connection with the same data. Okay, so this is the issue. So what if you want to basically do some pattern work, or what if you want to consolidate it? So for that purpose, there is a function that is known as concatenate. Concatenate. So here it is an option of concatenate. This is the formula that is being used to make your own pattern. And in this, there is a benefit that you can add your own elements as well. Like within between that, if you want to add some more space or any symbol or any other word or anything, right? So it is very easy for you. Like here, what I want first this ms. I've selected that, comma, then I want some space. So for a space, what I'll do, I'll press the double inverted comma, I'll give some space, and then we'll close the inverted comma. Then I'll press comma. Again, I need Anandita, comma. Then again, if I need to put and, sorry, one space, then and symbol, then again one space, put it. Then I have selected stores. Close. Here you will get ms. After that, you will get 2 to 3 spaces. How many, whatever the spaces you have provided, so the spaces will appear. Then Anandita is there. Then if you want, so you have applied a space bar, then you have presented and then there is stores. So if we drag it here, as we have, which type of cell references we have used it here, I have implemented relative cell reference basically. Yeah, because now here in the cell reference, you can see nothing is fixed. There is no dollar sign in front of neither the column name nor the row number. It means they are totally relative. So this is relative cell reference. Yes, so this is relative cell reference I have used. So concatenate will help you in figuring out or in applying these texts on the basis of what? Without any criteria that it needs to be adjacent to the data or something like that. Okay. You can get this detail anywhere in the sheet just by implementing the correct way of formula. So this is it for flash fill. Now the shortcut key is Control E, because from here, filling series, you can easily figure out that it is flashing. The Control E is the shortcut key of flash fill. You can implement it, but there is one more loophole, that before providing the flash fill, first you need to provide the format, because until or unless Excel won't know the format, how it is going to drag that particular formula, right? So first you need to provide the format, like I have done. Here also I have provided the format, here also I have provided the format, and then only we got the results. Similarly, you need to basically what first, in the case of flash fill, first you need to provide the format. Okay, then only it will be easier for you to implement flash fill, or you can say that then only the flash fill is going to work. So this is about the flash fill. Now going further, there is autofill. Now after the flash fill, what autofill means? Autofill means whenever you need to fill some data, so it will get filled automatically. You don't need to drag it, you don't need to write it manually or something like that. So for that, now we do have an option that from here only, this is the filling tool. Okay, you can also read it. This is the fill tool. So from the fill tool only, we get first what we got. The first thing we got is flash fill. Now we are going to get the filling series. Okay, so what we are going to do, from the fill tab, there is an option of filling series. Okay. So from this, what we are going to do, we are going to fill it. Like once you select the series, then they'll ask you that what, in which series you want your data, in a row or in a column. That is the first thing. Okay. In rows means it will be vertical, or in columns means it will be horizontal. The second thing is linear growth date or autofill. Linear means it will be adding up what? Adding up the step values. and growth means it will be multiplying the step values. Okay. Now the stop value, at what value you need to stop, like from where to where you need to have a series. So that is what they are asking. Date, for that date you have an option that from which date to which date you need to print. Like you don't need to write each and every date, so rather than that you can just fill the series. But even for this also you need to provide, first you need to provide what? Data. For example, I have started it from 1. So let's say I need to create a series. I need to write it from 1 to 50. So what I'll do, I'll just press rows, and in rows I set a linear. Linear means it is going to add what? One value, and I want it up to 30. Okay, so what I need to do, I just pressed it, and within the same row we have got what? 1 2 3 4 5 6. So it will be stopping at 30. Okay, and as I have provided it 1 as a step value, so it has added 1. Now come to this part, doing the same thing, series. Now rather than call rows, just select a column. So we have selected column. Now we have selected growth. So now growth of what? 2. Like it will be multiplying 2 by 2 every time. It will be multiplying by 2, and here I write. So when you press OK, what it will do, it has just multiplied 1 by 2. So you got 2, 2 into 2, 4, 4 into 2, 8, 8 into 2, 16, 16 into 2, 32, and 32 into 2, 64. But whenever you implement 64 into 2, so it will cross the limit of 100. And we had a limit of 100 only. That is why it came up to 64 only, because the next number will be crossing the limit. That is why it stays within the limit. Understood? So this is the use of your filling series. What you can do, you can just go and use the date function or the weekday function, because there are options of weekday when you need to exclude, you need to write the dates, but you need to exclude the Saturdays and Sundays. So when you select weekdays, so only Monday to Friday will get printed, get inserted, and if you don't select anything, then only you will get the Sundays, Saturdays, and Sundays in the dates. Okay, you need to just select one starting date. Yeah, so please try to use this function. That is the filling series basically. Please try to use it. So basically, we were learning about series. Okay, so for that series, there is a basic rule that you need to provide initial, like from where you need to start. Okay, after it, from the flash fill, from where we got the flash fill, you get the series. Okay, filling series. So you get, you are going to select it. If you want the answer in rows, so you select it a row, so that you will get an answer within this particular row. Or if you want the answer in column, so you select columns. Okay, here is a step value. So step value means what is the growth you need to provide. So you'll put it here. Let's say rather than this, we'll press 3. Okay, now let's take an example from here, so that we'll create a new one series. We want it in column, so I click the column. From 2 I need a growth of 3. Okay, now when you select linear, so it will be adding 3 every time. It will be adding 3 in the next number. But when you select grow, it will be calculating it. Okay, so what I did, I just selected growth, and I have written here 1000. So what it will do, it will start multiplying 2 by 3, then it will get 6. So again, it will multiply 6 by 3. So this is the way how it will keep multiplying. So let's say this, click OK, and you can see that 2 into 3 is 6, 6 into 3, 18, 18 into 3, 54, 54 into 3, 162, and 162 into 3, 486. Now what happens? Our limit was 1000, correct? So the next multiplication will go beyond the limit. That is why it stopped here only. Okay. Yeah, this is how you use the filling series. So please try to use it, just because these are very useful tools. First one is flash fill. The second one is filling series. And along with them, please memorize, please understand this definition of concatenate. Okay. The usage of concatenate. So this also you need to memorize, so that it will help you anywhere where flash fill won't be used. okay, where flash fill won't be working. So then what you need to do? Then you need to implement it. Okay. So implement concatenate where flash fill is not functional or it is difficult to implement flash fill. So just do one thing, that follow this concatenate formula. Okay. This will make it easier in making the combination with the word, just because you can easily exchange the place of the words. Okay.